Please read the disclaimer. XRP breakout or fake out? Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. XRP and the crypto market is breaking out a little bit right now. We'll talk about what's happening, price action. We got a lot of news stuff coming out from the comptroller's office. We'll look at a new ETF and something interesting that Coinbase is doing. And of course, like every day, we have to talk about Japan. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smishity smash that like button. And listen, the market has been on a roller coaster, right, for the past few weeks. And whenever we have a little bit of green, right, we get all excited. Ooh, maybe, we're done with all this downward movement. XRP up currently 3.46%, $2.14. Bitcoin disconnected from 90,000 and 93,786. Ethereum up almost 8%, 7.7 at 3,366. Solid 142. Cardano jumped 10% here today. So many assets up 10% here today, 3.5%. And once again, it actually happens in a very interesting time frame. Again, on that 10 a.m. Eastern time, same as yesterday when it dropped down. You remember yesterday at 5 my time. So right yesterday, exactly at 5, we started selling off. Right today, we saw exactly at 5, we saw the market start coming up. And again, it looks like it might be Jane Street that is manipulating the market once again. To keep it short, I don't think that this is a continuation, meaning that I think that this is, again, some shorts that are getting a little bit pushed out, right? Nothing out of the ordinary. We've seen this before, right? Where we see liquidations happen up and down, okay? Tomorrow is a very big day, right? We have the Fed decision. And although on some websites I have seen that the probabilities have come into the 90%, right? You can see here, the market already expects 95% odds of a 25 BPS rate cut. But I'm seeing here still on investing.com, 85%. Where is it? Not that yet. So it seems that is going to happen. But what we want to hear tomorrow is going to be listening to what Powell has to say about the future, right? Is he hawkish or dovish? Does he think that inflation is out of control and still not under control and labor market is improving? In that case, yields will spike and risk assets could potentially dump. A dovish cut would be Powell saying tariff impacts on inflation is minimal since the labor market is still weak. In that case, yields go down, liquidity expectations will rise, and crypto could potentially go up. And if Powell adds even a hint of liquidity support on top of that dovish cut, that would be the things that could really move the market to the upside. So the roadmap is simple. Dovish plus liquidity support, bullish for markets. Dovish only, small pump. Hawkish cut, market sell-off similar to October. No liquidity help, markets will continue sideways price action. And listen, all 4 of these possibilities are on the table. That's why when I see a movement like this, for the crypto market, I'm like, okay, nice. We're higher than we were this morning. Some assets even 10% higher. But the fact is that what's happening tomorrow could change the movement, okay? So I'm not ready to get jiggy with it just yet. And as always, remember, these are my opinions. These are how I am seeing the market. Of course, this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before deciding to invest. Also, very, very important. Remember that I will never contact you on social media asking you to sign up to anything, to send me anything. Those are imposters, those are scammers. Please be very careful out there. Okay? Very, very importante. Now, if you're interested to support the channel, you can sign up using my link to BYDFI. They are a partner of our channel. You can sign up, you can trade the market. If you're interested, link is in the description down below. Please trade responsibly. Okay, you go to my website, you scroll down here, you click BYDFI, and you can enter your information and sign up, and you can get these welcome bonuses as well. Again, I will get a commission. This is another way to support the channel if you're already going to be trading. So if you use my link, I really appreciate that. Okay, now let's talk about some more news. Bank of Japan says the economy survived the tariffs. So that's good, right? If a lot of the fear that has been happening over the last week and a half or so was coming from Japan, well, now Bank of Japan is saying, hey, the economy is okay. So maybe that will reduce again some of the pressure that we have been seeing from the Japanese market. And so we need to take that into consideration, that is going to reduce some of the pressure. Again, when markets have a certainty, right, when they feel good, then higher probability that they go up because investors are more likely to go into that market. But if there's uncertainty, if we don't know what the Fed's going to say, if we don't know what's going to happen with this government and that government and all kinds of things like that, then people have a tendency to sit on the sidelines because they don't know where the market is going. Okay, so we need to be very careful right now. Okay, short term, very, very important. This is more of a short term thing, and I think we'll be a lot more smarter tomorrow night. Okay, so very, very interesting to see where the markets potentially go from here. This was interesting. 410 billion PNC Bank partners with Coinbase to offer direct Bitcoin trading for clients. First bank to market such an offering among major US banks. So I don't know. Sorry. I don't know how many of you watched the video this morning, but we talked, or was it last night? I don't remember already. We talked about how some of the banks are going to Congress to talk to them about the legislation, about crypto. And I gave my opinion that I thought that banks, if they see or they smell a possibility to make money, they're going to make money, right? And they're not going to be afraid of going into new technology. They're going to embrace it, and they're going to only deny it from replacing them. Because listen, banks still have a lot more money and a lot more power than crypto does. But this is very interesting to see that offering direct trading for clients through Coinbase. So I'm guessing it's from their website, and then maybe you have a possibility there through Coinbase. So interesting. And will we see more of this going forward? New Bitwise 10 crypto index fund uplisted and began trading on New York Stock Exchange as an ETF today after being held up for a time by the SEC. This includes exposure to Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano, Link, Litecoin, Sui, Ava, and DOT. So again, another possibility for people to invest in a broader spectrum of cryptocurrencies. When I thought about the ETFs, to tell you the truth, I thought that these kinds of ETFs would be a lot more inviting to uncrypto investors, right? Or people that were coming into the crypto market and they're saying to themselves, you know what? I don't really know. I don't want to do the research. So just give me, like a basket, right? Similar to how, if you see other ETFs, you'll have like a semiconductor ETF and a new technology ETF or something like that, right? And so someone wants to invest in a certain sector. And so instead of doing the research about every single company, they just buy the ETF. I thought that these kinds of ETFs would be a lot more inviting to the new investor, more than a pure only XRP ETF or pure only Bitcoin ETF, which, yes, it gives you an alternative to straight investing in by yourself and self custody. But on the flip side, you're one-to-one exposure. So you need, you need a ETF for Bitcoin, an ETF for Ethereum, an ETF for XRP, right? And you have to have all of these in your portfolio, and it can get a little messy. So this, is a good idea. I think that if I was a new investor and I was thinking about getting into the crypto market, I would be interested in something like this. If I, was working a 9 to 5 and I didn't have, time to do research and I was tired every single day coming home, that's what I would probably want to do. Bum, bum, bum. New OCC controller Jonathan Gold, I think, not Gold, says crypto companies should be treated no differently than banks when seeking federal charters. So this is important. Again, when crypto companies, if government agencies look at crypto as similar to banks, that could change a lot of things. Remember, just the former administration, they were looking at crypto companies as this untouchable, right? And now the controller's office is saying, comptroller is saying that we should, look at banks the same way we look at crypto companies. Wild times to see how things have changed. They also came out with this letter confirming that a national bank may engage in riskless principal crypto asset transactions as part of the business of banking. So again, this is the Grok answer. It means national banks can now act as intermediaries in crypto trades without holding assets or taking risk. They buy from one customer and sell to another simultaneously, riskless principle. Facilitating deals safely. This could make crypto more accessible via banks, but they must comply with regulations. So when we see this coming from the controller's office, and we see this partnership happening through Coinbase, it makes a lot more sense now after seeing this, that this partnership would be announced today after this letter came out. So again, this is more game-changing news for the crypto market. And yes, price action is up today. I don't think it's on the note from the controller. Could be, right? But it's, buying pressure. I think it's Jane Street. I think it's liquidation. Let's just see how much shorts have been liquidated in the last 12 hours. 133 million for Bitcoin, 97 million from Ethereum, altogether $388 million liquidation. We go and we look at the technicals. Remember, before we had all sell, and now we have some buy here on the shorter term moving averages. So the indicator flipped to the action is buy. It was all sell. And I told you, when we have everything, Bitcoin moved into the buy territory. What about Ethereum? Also, this is neutral because of the midterm, right? The 30-day and the 50-day and the 100 and 200 are still giving us the sell signal. So it will be very interesting to see where the markets go tonight into tomorrow with the Fed meeting happening. Well, actually, the Fed meeting is already started today, but tomorrow they give the decision and the speech. So you're going to want to put your clock for 2 p.m., right? It's at 2 p.m. Yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern time. If you've never experienced the Fed meeting price action, I think that this time around it could be very interesting. Sometimes the data comes out, and then we see a sell-off or a move to the upside, and then he speaks, and it will move one way, and then maybe after he finishes speaking, it moves another way, or someone asks a question and it changes gears. So it's a very interesting hour or so, or 2 hours to just look and analyze the market. If you've never seen it before, it's a very, very tricky day for short-term trades. But if you want to take the risk, it's up to you. Again, not financial advice, always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, very, very important, someone sent me a message in the comment section, and it said, I want to show you, right? It said, right? It said, what happened to you? I haven't seen you recommended by YouTube since a long time. I had to look up for your channel. And I said, "Yeah, I don't know what's happened, but that's why it's important to subscribe and ring the bell. And then I'm always on your subscription page, right? The first thing I always do is I go to my subscription page and I look and see what videos are new from my favorite content creators. So that's a good way that you don't miss out. And the best way is also to ring the bell. So then you get a notification to your phone or to your computer or to your TV or tablet or wherever you're watching. I know most of you watch on your phones, which is kind of weird. I don't know, because I don't really watch YouTube on my phone. Usually on my computer or very rarely on TV, just because my kids dominate the TV during the day, and at night I watch Netflix with the wife. so so yeah, but you know what happens after Netflix, right? But it will be very interesting to see what happens in the next 24 hours with XRP and with the crypto market. Don't forget to smash the like button, drop a comment, aid for infinity and beyond. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.